Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Powerbeats Pro 2, the long-awaited successor to the original Powerbeats, which, by the way, came out in 2019. Can you believe it's already been 6 years? That's wild. So today's going to be a showdown between these two Apple heavyweight champions from the audio lineup, the Powerbeats Pro 2 versus the AirPods Pro 2. Both of these are premium earbuds coming in at $250, and to be honest, they're built for different kind of vibes. Fitness-focused hooks versus the sleek everyday carry, and I'm here to break it down which one is right for you. And by the way, if you're a fan of no BS tech videos, definitely consider subscribing. So let's go ahead and start with the design because, yeah, they're way different. The Powerbeats Pro 2 rock that ear hook style. They are slimmed down 50% from the originals with a flexible nickel titanium alloy. They are bigger than the AirPods Pro 2, coming in at 0.3 ounces each, and they come in 4 bold colors: jet black, hyper purple, electric orange, and this quick silver color that I love. It's actually really nice. What do you guys think? Now, the AirPods Pro 2, well, we know this. It's the classic stem design. They are very lightweight, though, coming in at 0.19 ounces, and they only come in one color because, you know, Apple minimalism. Apple, make this in matte black. I promise you, you can open up a whole nother company with the amount of money you will make. Now, talking about the fit, the Powerbeats Pro 2, man, they are locked in. 5 ear tip sizes, extra small to extra large, and these hooks kept them in my ear during my 5-mile run with no issues at all. It's such a nice breath of fresh air when you don't have to constantly jam your earbud back into your ear. You're just focused on your running, you're focused on your gym, and nothing else should matter. The AirPods Pro 2, however, they only come in 4 sizes from extra small to large. Keep in mind, remember, this also comes in extra large, so this will kind of maybe fit more people out there. These rely on your typical kind of snug style, so there's no ear hook, obviously, and they are kind of prone to falling out depending on what you're doing. That being said, I really do prefer this style of earbud, especially if you're going to be, using them actively outside, especially with a little bit of sweat. The AirPods Pro 2, like I just mentioned, they just tend to eventually kind of make its way out of your ear and fly away somewhere. These, I mean, man, when it comes to comfort, you don't even know these are in your ear. They are incredibly light and they stay in your ear, which again, to me, that's really important. So what about the cases? Well, the Powerbeats Pro 2s are 33% smaller than the old ones, but I mean, let's be honest, it's still chunky and not really pocket friendly. The AirPods 2 case is perfect enough for tossing in your bag, putting it into your pocket. It also comes with a speaker for Find My pings as well as low battery pings, and these actually do as well, although I cannot find an actual speaker grill on these, so I assume what's happening is that Apple is actually playing like the ping sounds from the actual headphones, and I guess it's loud enough to even be heard with the case closed. So hey, a nice clean look, although a bit chunky. It recently took a trip to McDonald's. Both support wireless charging, which is clutch. However, right, because there's always a however, these support, these support MagSafe. These do. This does not. Apple, why? How is something this small able to have a MagSafe magnet and something this big and newer does not have MagSafe? What? I mean, I can't really be all that shocked. The new iPhone 16e also does not have MagSafe. What are you doing, Apple? So what about the sound? Well, they're both using Apple's H2 chip, but it's different. The Powerbeats Pro 2 are more focused. We all know Beats, right? The name Beats by now. Whenever you hear Beats, you think bass. These do deliver better bass than the AirPods Pro 2. The bass on here is more controlled and not really that hard of a punchy feeling. These are punchy, the treble is decent, and the mids are really good. And over here, you're just getting an overall balanced sound. Again, you got to keep in mind, who's the target audience for this. This is more for, the casual user that is maybe active sometimes, right? These are kind of the opposite. These are mainly focused for like the gym goers out there and the runners, the active people, the hikers. And whenever you're thinking of those type of people, you're kind of thinking more bass to kind of get the blood pumping, hopefully to the right areas. The active noise cancellation is where the AirPods 2 Pro win for sure. These tend to block out more of the random sounds a bit better than the Powerbeats Pro 2, and these are really good for constant sounds, you know, so like your airplane's engine, right? Because we all have airplanes, airplane engines, lawnmowers, your HVAC, or your girl telling you to unload the dishwasher for the 5th time while you keep saying, I'll get to it soon. The active noise cancellation on the Powerbeats Pro 2 is good. It's actually new for the lineup, but these do take the win. Transparency is where the AirPods Pro 2 still win by quite a bit. Like, I have them in my ear now with transparency, and it's barely any different than actually taking out the earbuds. And then when you put them back in, if you want to enter active noise cancellation, you just hold down on the stem, and then it just blocks everything out. It's crazy. Like, I think Apple really does the best when it comes to actual transparency mode. However, these are really close. You're not gonna get that. It's not gonna be as natural as what I'm trying to say. It still has great transparency, probably very, very close to the AirPods Pro 2, but it just doesn't sound as natural. Now, the new quirk with the Powerbeats Pro 2 is the ability for heart rate tracking. And if you're excited about this feature, don't be, because it's not really good, like, at all. Which kind of makes sense if you think about it, because, you know, even on Apple's website, on the Apple Watch, it says for the watch to give you the best and most accurate heart rate tracking, it has to be very, very snug on your wrist, by the way. So if you have an Apple Watch and you have one of those like straps that are like kind of moving around, your heart rate tracking is going to be like pretty much non-existent. The thing is that just because these stay in your ear, it does not mean that the actual sensor is perfectly snug against the lining of your ear for it to get accurate heart rate information. Because, well, think about it. If you're walking, if you're running, you're introducing little micro like vibrations into the sensor, especially if you're running, which it's just constantly moving that sensor around a little bit, and that's where I believe the inconsistency comes from. Sometimes heart rate tracking cuts out completely for like 5 minutes, and then it goes back up, and then it goes down, and then the heart rate's spiking, and then it's like you're almost dead. It goes like so low. It's like a roller coaster. You don't know what's like gonna happen next. Another weird quirk is that if you have the Apple Watch and you have the Powerbeats Pro 2, guess where your heart rate information is going to be coming from? That's right, the Apple Watch, because it's almost as if Apple knows that these aren't really that accurate enough to be used exclusively, even if you have the Apple Watch on your wrist. However, if you're using these on like something like a stationary bike and you're not really having a lot of vibrations go through your body and your head's not really bobbing a lot, these will do just fine with heart rate tracking. However, it's still not going to be as consistent. I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you wanted to upgrade just because of the heart rate tracking, don't. Do not do that. It's not worth it. Now, the Powerbeats Pro 2, it does have physical buttons, which is something that I love. Again, especially keeping that fitness kind of target audience intact. You get the volume rocker as well as a button towards the center, perfect for sweaty hands. With the AirPods, we all know this by now. You swipe up, swipe down, volume down, press and hold or click. You get the playback controls. It's fine if you're just sitting there on the couch, you know, just doing this a little bit. That's fine. But, you know, again, if you're active, which is what these are targeted for, if you have sweaty hands and everything, the physical controls are just going to be so much easier to use. They're going to be more accurate, and you're just going to have, you know, you're going to be more confident in doing so. Both synchronize seamlessly to Apple's ecosystem. You get one-touch pairing, Siri, you know, the whole shebang. They're both Apple products, so, you know, that makes sense. Oh, speaking of that, I'm really surprised how accurate the auto switching is. So if I'm sitting here, just literally right here on my iPhone, and then I want to play a YouTube video on my computer, the second I hit play on the YouTube video, the audio just, boom, it switches immediately from the iPhone to that YouTube video. And then if I pause that video or whatever, or start playing something on my iPhone, boom, in a second, it goes back to my iPhone. It's incredibly fast, might be even a little bit faster than the AirPods Pro 2, at least from what I've noticed. So what about the battery life? Well, I don't know if you guys can tell, but the Powerbeats Pro 2, they do win. You get up to 10 hours of continuous playback compared to around 6 on the AirPods Pro 2. And with the case, you get up to 45 hours compared to 30 hours on the AirPods Pro 2. Honestly, it doesn't even matter to me. Both of these are outrageously insane when it comes to battery life. They're both good to me. The good news is that even if you do forget to charge and they end up dead, a 5-minute charge on the Powerbeats Pro 2 will give you an hour and a half or up to an hour and a half of battery life. Whereas here you get an hour. Again, 5 minutes for 1 hour of charge. That's incredible. Like, I'm good with either of these two. But again, obviously if you want the best of the best, boom, these are going to be it. So who wins? Well, if you just want to, be active as possible, you want these to stay securely in your ear, hiking, jumping, doing backflips randomly throughout the day, these are going to be your best bet. However, if you're just a casual user, you want to use it during commutes, phone calls, kicking back on the couch, these are really good as well. And remember, even though these both are $250, you can pick this up for as low as like $160, like most times throughout the year. Like even right now, I believe they're on sale, and they've been on sale for like 6 months now. So yeah, you can pick these up for $160. And to be honest, keeping that price in mind, $160 versus right now $250, I have to kind of give the win to the AirPods Pro 2 because they're basically 99% as good as this, or vice versa. They're both basically identical, just made for different audiences. So which ones do you guys prefer? Do you own any of these? Do you own both of these? Let me know your experience down below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy today's video, definitely click that like button. And if you're new here, and like I said, and you like no BS tech videos, definitely subscribe. And as always, this was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.